You realize or not? There's one guy just now try to dictate us.
Yeah, I see him.
Who is he?
I don't even know. I mean, like, I know he's like one of the top people here, but the way he does things is just,
I can't take it actually. He tried to say that he's an Iron Man.
Yeah, what's that even?
I don't know. I don't care with Iron Man.
Oh, you don't care. Yeah, we don't care.
Cut. Okay. What's up, gang? And welcome back to our Wassup Gang podcast. Okay, a trivia to you, yeah. Our guest today, I don't want to introduce you yet, okay. Wassup Gang podcast is actually derived from the Wassup Gang webinar, and it was introduced in 2021. And the ultimate aim for this Wassup Gang podcast on back then is Wassup Gang webinar is actually to give the opportunity to youth like you has joined the exchange program to share your knowledge, to share your experience or your expertise to the youth outside there. Maybe they're interested, they can join all the program conducted by the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Alright, guys, today with me is NOOR AIDA Noor, and she is a graduate research assistant, soon to be a doctor.
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah, amin. Di hari raya yang mulia ini, mula kita berdoa. Amin. You attach, may I know where you are doing your PhD right now?
I'm doing it in University Science Malaysia in Penang.
Are you USM too?
Yeah, serious.
Serious? Of course. I'm from USM. My degree from USM, master and PhD different university lah, but my DNA from USM.
USM.
We lead. No, the previous speakers also from USM.
Oh, that's
We
cool. Yes.
Ethnocentric,
Alhamdulillah.
right?
Yeah.
Alright, you also a translator. What kind of translation you are doing?
I do mostly subtitling, and then occasionally I also do on documents as well.
Document.
But Malay to English, English to Malay both.
So, but you cannot challenge me.
Why?
I'm beyond. Of course, I'm beyond you.
Wow.
I can do Arabic.
Oh, try.
You want me to try? Okay, see, listen carefully. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Asyakhsu hilan najah huwa ta'atul walidaini wal muallimina. Ta'atul walidaini wal muallimina huwa al-ityan bi amalu mufidah. As if like memorizing the script,
yeah,
right?
like super like.
Of course. And you're also a localization specialist. What is that?
Yes, localization is basically a type of translation as well.
Okay.
But for this one, you include in the culture of the country or the society as well in your translation.
Okay, so since you are being invited to be here, of course you used to join.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you. When I make the listing, your name triggered in my mind. See how special you are to me.
That's cool. Why?
Because you are good. That's why I call you. Alright, so
Alhamdulillah.
may I know, can you please tell people outside there what kind of program you joined before this?
Previously, alright.
Previously,
So
yes.
I joined the SAYUP International Conference, but it was done via online. Yeah, because it was COVID. So
Okay. I also say up people. You see a
SAYUP
common
people.
Yeah. My batch is the last batch we go on board before the COVID. Yeah.
How was it for you?
Oh, you now you
I'm
interview.
interviewing. Oh.
I like it, of course. I do enjoy, but I'm so lucky because I'm almost at the end of my youth age on that time, and so happen I'm selected. Alhamdulillah, that is where I am now. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. So how about you?
Were you like the diva of the
No,
group?
I'm very humble.
Oh,
I'm
of
very
course,
humble.
of course,
When
my
people,
bad.
you may ask many people. You can ask that lonjong person just now.
A long jong person.
Who am I? You said that I'm very, very, very humble.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, I know people will say that what's wrong with this two person today? Today actually we're going to talk about toxicity, which related to mental health. Alright, we go back to the business. We go back to our business.
Serious.
Yeah, AIDA, serious a little bit. Okay. How do you define mental health?
Okay, for me personally, mental health is all about state of well-being when it comes to your mental, and it does not only encompass your emotion, but also
Emotion?
No, your comprise
Comprise
yes,
emotion,
it does not
okay.
only comprise your
Because
emotion.
the diction. last week we learned about speech delay.
I
So
see.
articulation is very important.
All right, I'm sorry.
Okay,
All right.
continue.
Okay, so it's your emotion, your psychology,
Okay.
as well as everything that is around you. So it's not only one thing. So it's the mental state that allows you to grow as a person, as well as for you to face your everyday life's challenges and whatnot.
All right. Just now I heard you you articulate a word about psychology. So what is the differences between psychology and also psychiatry?
Okay, for psychology means that it's the study, right? So it's the psychology of the mind as well as the behavior. And then for psychiatry, what it is actually a branch of medicine. So these people who are psychiatrists, I'm pretty sure you have heard of it, right? So these people, what they do is that they diagnose and also they treat people with mental health issues.
I see.
So for psychologists, they don't do that. What they do mostly is in terms of, it's called talk therapy. All right, so they can't give you medication. So only psychiatrists can give you medication.
So psychiatry, can clinical psychology we park them under psychiatry? Do they can diagnose?
Okay, for psychiatrists, of course they can diagnose because they are doctors, okay? But for psychologists, what they can only do is that they help you, of course, to maybe say that, okay, help you diagnose, okay, you might have this anxiety because they run through tests and stuff. But in terms of if you want to seek for, what's it called, medication, that is only in the jurisdiction of doctors, so psychiatrists.
But unfortunately, I'm a doctor too. I'm a doctor, but I cannot diagnose. Toxic, right?
You can't diagnose. As long as you don't diagnose, it's okay. It's not
Yeah,
toxic.
yeah, because-
if you start diagnosing people, and then that is not the right thing
But
to
I'm a
do.
doctor.
You're a doctor, but you're a doctor in philosophy. It's
Toxic, right?
philosophy.
Again, people might say, oh my god, this person is very, riak, ujub dan takabur.
Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Astaghfirullahalazim, Allahu Akbar. Okay, and then now, okay, do you realize during the COVID time, it started by, on 18 March, until 2021, I might say, and there's a lot of mental health issues, why do you think it is happening?
For
Supposedly, for my opinion, supposedly, before this, when you have to go to work, you say that morning blue pula, Monday blues and things like that. But now you're supposed to stay at home. You're supposed to enjoy your life, right? But why suddenly the mental health issues spike?
Okay, so personally, I think that because COVID, they went through a lot of things, and it was sudden. You can't go out. Okay, some people were laid off work, and then some people even lose the person they love the most. So you see, people, what they go through during COVID it wasn't something easy. So when you don't know how to cope with new environment, and then you don't have those, we weren't able to go out. Maybe some people, they like to play sport, maybe play golf.
True.
That's their way of winding down. When they can't do those things, what happens to their mental state is that it's greatly affected. Everybody was affected during COVID. I'm pretty sure you were affected as well. So it's of course, when people don't know how to cope, they don't know how to release this tension inside their body, that is what happens.
True. Okay. I also realized that now people, before this, when we talk about mental health issues and things or anything related to mental health, they are in a state of denial, But now they open up, they seek for help. So what do you think about this trend?
Okay, when we talk about the state of denial, it's pretty normal. And when you are exposed to toxicity, toxic environment, usually it deals with the person you love the most. Might be your partner, maybe your parents, your sister,
Best friend.
your best friend, exactly. So when it deals with the people that you love the most, you don't want to see them in the light of, they're not good for you. So you will say no, and you will start to make justification or excuses for these people. Let's say we're best friends, and then I'll be like, oh, suddenly you start to hate me, maybe, right? So it'd be like,
It's common, I guess. It's common.
Yeah,
Best friend, not
fight.
hating, but we maybe have kind of disagreement,
Correct.
But I do not know how to tell you that I disagree about certain things. So it really, something like, you know, in my heart, I don't release it. Does it affect my mental health? And also, will I be a toxic person?
Okay. When you're in a toxic environment, usually the manipulator, you deal with manipulators, right? So what these manipulators do is that they will make you feel a certain way, and then you will feel bad for your feeling. So for example, like I was saying just now, let's say we're friends and then we fight and suddenly you hit me. And then maybe the first time I'll be like, no, I'll get angry and stuff like that. But when it happens for a period of time, what happens is that I will try to make justifications for you, excuses for you. I love you. So
I love you too.
maybe it's like you're doing this because of a certain thing. It's not because you're actually you're a person who's bad for me. You're a toxic person. I wouldn't want to see you in that light. So I'll be in denial. So that is one of the red flags for a person to know that you are in a toxic environment is actually when you start to make excuses for your manipulators.
I understand that we have to be positive. I believe that. But don't you know that we also have a toxic positivity? I'm not okay, but you demand me to be okay.
Correct.
But I'm not okay, but I try to look okay.
Yes.
And my okay is actually in a positive toxicity.
Correct.
So how we should avoid that?
Okay, so first thing that you have to do is recognize that you're in an unhealthy environment, okay? A toxic environment. That one is very difficult for me to say that, hey, this is actually not good for me. I should take myself away.
But I'm so scared.
Exactly, because new things are, it makes people scared. But you have to remember that self-love is very important. You have to put yourself first, and mental health is always first, because you are not able to take care of anybody if you are not in a good state of health mentally as well. So for example, right, some people might say, I can't put my mental health first. I have kids. I have my mom that I need to take care of. But remember that whatever you do now, if let's say you're not in a good state, but you are, continuing this, you're not putting your mental health first, what happens is that your actions now will lead to a lot of consequences, bad consequences for your kid, for your parent, or whoever that you want to take care of. So remember to put yourself first.
I get your point. We're getting serious. USM. Okay, anyway, just now you said about being truthful, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes when we be truthful, we will be mean. Example, if someone asking, do I look handsome? I said, no, you're not look handsome. We're being truthful, but actually at the same time we're being mean. So how to differentiate, how to distinguish between be truthful and not to be mean?
Okay, there's a need for us to understand that it's okay for you to not like something or to say no to something, but still be kind. There's a way for everything, and people nowadays, they think that toxicity or negative behavior, negative comments are something good. I should say something to you like, you think that you're pretty.
Yes,
you're
I'm
not.
pretty.
But you're not.
Yeah, I'm handsome.
Okay, those kind of thing, I can say something that purposely hurtful to you. So that is the thing that you need to understand, that always be kind. You have to be kind even if you want to comment things, because we don't want something that we say now, leave a bad consequence towards others.
Okay, again, people might be asking us what exactly toxicity. So maybe those who watching us outside there, maybe you want to tell them what exactly toxicity.
Okay, so toxicity is when you are exposed to an environment that makes you uncomfortable at first, but throughout time, what happens is that you try to be you will try to make excuses to these people, for these people, and what you do is that over time, when we sweep things under the rug, what happens is that the rug becomes so big that we tend to trip over it. So make sure that you are able to recognize when a situation is uncomfortable to you. Why is it so? Why is it uncomfortable to you? Is it because it's new, or is it because it's affecting you more than that?
Okay, Ziz.
Ziz.
The way you explain as if like you personally experiencing or experience toxic environment. Would you mind to share with us, if you don't mind?
Okay, of course. For me personally, I don't really I mean, the situation or the circumstances that I was exposed to didn't lead to like, you know, toxicity or things, because I tried to be rational.
Okay.
I tried to engage with my emotion. I know how I feel, what makes me feel better or relaxed in a situation. So I have my coping mechanism. Okay, but we'll get back to that later on. But if in terms of personally, I know that some of my friends, of course, they share things. So when people share the things that they go through with you, especially for me, I feel that I'm very blessed. Because most of my friends, I think they think that they were involved in toxic environment with their parents mostly. I don't know if you know about the quote. Okay, the quote says that make sure that you are healed before you have kids, because you don't want your kids to have to heal from you.
True.
Yeah. So when we want to be parents as well, we have to think about if we're ready, if we know how to handle our emotions as well.
I also, when you said that quote, it triggered in my mind about Aristotle. You know Aristotle, right? Of course, you know.
Of
Takkanlah tak
course.
tahu.
Famous.
Okay, Aristotle golden mean theory saying that you have to be in the mean. Do not be too excessive and do not be too deficiency. But in order for us to be in the mean, of course, it would be very difficult. For example, if you putus cinta, you know, heartbroken, of course, you're going to cry. It's very hard to move on, and it also will lead you to be in a very toxic behavior and things like that, right? So, if you are given an opportunity to tell the people outside that to be mean, I mean like bersederhana, how it's supposed to be? How do you define or how you put a line to be bersederhana or mean?
Correct. So like you said, right, the golden mean, right? When Aristotle talks about that, he acknowledged that a person's behavior highly acknowledges or highly is dependent on the state of the feeling, happiness, right? He talks about happiness. So let's say if a person is too smart, then he will be, too smart until you want to con other people, or
I'm too smart,
those kind
but
of
I don't
things.
con people.
So if you don't con people, then you're at the virtuous,
Virtuous
place.
character, yes.
So virtuous character. So that is good for you. And then, but in terms of how, always remember that even in Islam, it says that we have to live in moderation. Okay.
Yeah, true.
If you don't like a person, don't go to the extent of, hating him because of personal reasons, or try to attack all of these things, You have to be moderate in everything that you do. Try not to react. Yes, in terms of anything.
Cepat melatah, dalam in Malaysia cepat melatah.
Yes, cepat melata. Take some time to think, deep breath. Okay, let's take a deep breath.
Oh, deep breath. Okay, now why not we do that? Okay. Deep breathing is very important because in any situation when you feel that you cannot cope, or you stress, or maybe you think that a me time. I always call it as a me time. Deep breathing is very important. Now, can we do deep breathing?
Yes.
You know deep breathing, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we try to do deep breathing. Can you teach me? Or you want me to teach you? I teach you. Okay lah. Okay,
This is your show. Hello.
Okay.
You want me to take over?
Oh, you you try to dictate me again like the lonjong one? Okay, anyway, lonjong, come again about the lonjong. Okay, now you have to close your eyes. Okay, but you have close your eyes. Okay. You have to imagine that. Okay, you yourself go to your inner body, flow everywhere in your vein. Okay, and then try to cleanse everything. Okay, we try. Deep breath. Stay, and then try to release it. Release. Okay, by the way, guys, try practice it. Guys, you also have to practice it. Okay, what's up, gang? Come, we try to practice together now.
Correct.
When you have the deep breathing, try to deep breathe and then stay for 4 seconds and then slowly release it. Imagine that you try to cleanse your body and through your veins, lungs and things like that. Right? You try one more time. I also wanna do it.
Okay, let's do this.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, breathe. Release. Alright. Okay, actually, this deep breathing, we have to do it not only when you feel stressed. Maybe if you feel tired, you can also do it. And I found out that through my reading, they suggested to do it when before sleep. because it's going to give you a very deep sleep after that, because you release it. Because to do deep breathing with technique sometimes also will make us feel tired, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Your
so
breathing technique.
so
So like for me, when you were doing the breathing technique, right, it reminded me of a time actually. Okay. It was a very busy, and then it was a busy week and a busy day for me during that day. Okay. It was very tiring. I was like, oh my God, can today just end? And then I was like, okay, then you when you're so busy, you know, you don't get your head at the right space. You're like a bit here and there. And then I still remember that it was actually during a prayer time. I think it was Zohor. And then when I prayed, I was like, oh, you know what? This is actually the only time that I had a proper breathing today. You know? You're like, okay, relax for a bit. Okay, this is my time for me to pray. And it actually cleared my head. And then after that, I was like, okay, let's go. I can finish this day. So that's important. That's why the breathing is very important. And of course, your prayer, make sure you take care of your relationship with God as well.
you joined Sayap International program, but that one is you doing online. We call it conference, right? You also have your own contingent.
Yes, we
Of
did.
course, there are many behaviors, you know. Sometimes like in you know how to say in arrogant sentence or in arrogant words, sometimes they are not up to our standard. You know, we don't know what they're trying to convey. Or no, the still young and things like that. You know, because I said it because I experienced that will cause the toxicity environment. Am I right?
Yeah.
So how do you you know, as someone who are quite to say senior.
I get it.
How do you handle it?
Okay. Firstly, what I...
Because to have a strong contingent is very important. How do you handle that?
And for us, it was like everybody was everywhere. Some of us were already in Japan for like another conference, and then people were everywhere. Some were performing Umrah, you know. So communication was already a bit difficult even, right? But when it comes to toxic environment, well, I don't think we were in a toxic environment that we were, you know, working together. We had our time together already before that to establish like a bit of a connection with each other. So that was okay. But in terms of how to deal with it, I would say that first, keep calm. Remember to be kind, not only to yourself but also to others. And then you think about what to do. Okay, should I, how do I tell him or her about this thing, that how I'm feeling? Maybe it's on like a conflict or anything. And then you try to say to them, like, think first, okay, how you don't want to overreact. Of course, you have to make sure that everything is seen as, you know, okay, because like other countries are also looking at you, you know, how you guys communicate with one another, right? Yeah, pretty sure you understand, like.
Exactly. You know what? During my program, did you want to ask us?
No, yeah, sure. I wanted to ask, and then like I was scared because you were gonna say, "Oh, take over my show."
No, it's okay. It's okay. Now, okay, now you imagine that you are at my position.
alright.
Okay, ask me a question.
Okay,
I give you
yes.
chance.
Okay, so like, how did you guys handle your conflict?
Okay. We always have we in my contingent we have buddy system. So whenever you feel that uncomfortable, or whenever you want to how to say, to bring out your emotion, you always go to your buddy. So your buddy is your a person that you trust the most. But if you feel comfortable with another person, you just go and release it. You know, that is how we try to cope. We try to lift everyone, you know, in a positive way. And then one contingent from Philippines, they were very positive. So we were inspired by them. So we also try to be like them as well. So what I'm trying to say here is, this is kind of a snowballing effect. You know, when someone in a good act as a good moral agent or influencer, I can say that. So we want to imitate them, right? We also want to be in a good situation, right? So that is how we do. That's how we try to control our contingent. Macam tazkirah kan?
Nice,
But Aida,
nice, yes.
I have a game to play with you.
Okay, cepat. I'm up. What's up?
Okay, what's up, gang? Okay. You have 1 second to answer my question.
1 second.
Alright. Okay. Not lah, I mean like each question 1 second lah.
Okay.
So basically 5 seconds because I have 5 questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Apple or dates?
Apple.
Jungle or shopping mall?
Shopping mall.
River or swimming pool?
River.
Anime or K-pop?
K-pop.
Coffee, tea or me?
You.
Aida going to choose me. Okay, Aida, maybe if no, I know that now the opportunity outside there to join exchange program, you know, vast
Yes.
and wise. What kind of suggestion? Maybe you want to say something to the youth outside there to join program in you know, conducted by KBS.
Correct. Okay. So I think that everybody should be aware, as well as nowadays we have internet. Okay. During my time, even though internet was already there, but I think that the golden age for me was cut short because I joined all of these things when I was a bit, older.
Yeah, like me.
So we don't have a lot of time, So we
true.
can only join maybe once or twice because other people, I see that people who are students who are 18 years old joining this, 21 years old, they get to keep on joining things.
True.
So make sure that you find opportunities because nowadays it's easy to find, and don't be scared because I think what pulls people away is the essay writing most of the time. So don't be lazy. Just write an essay, do whatever it takes, and take the opportunity.
I agree with you because I also joining this kind of exchange program. I mean, like for SEAP at the end of the youth age, and I so regret. To be honest, I'm so regret because if I know about this program earlier on, I keep on joining this program.
Right.
Because they have, like, if let's say you join this program, you have a 3 years gap. After that, you can rejoin. I will do that. But during my time, once I join SEAP, after 3 years, I cannot join it anymore.
correct.
So I so regret. So I feel so envy to the youngsters or youth outside if you don't take this opportunity because it is free actually. This program, the program under the KBS or Ministry of Youth and Sport, basically they are free.
Correct.
So you just take the opportunity to gain experience. And some more, those who join our program, they will also excel in their career, right?
Inshallah, hopefully,
hopefully.
because you are already exposed to a lot of situation as well as you have connections as well. So try to maintain good relationship with everybody that you meet.
All right. Thank you, Aida, for today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for actually I'm not chasing you out. I said that thank you for thank you for today because I really like the way you give the vibe. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so
Likewise.
Okay, now Aida, last statement by you. If you give let's say we are doing PSA right now. You know PSA, right?
Yes.
Public service announcement. Okay, about mental health. If they have any issues or if they have anything that you want, maybe they want to seek help. So where they should go?
Okay. Firstly, what people should do is that they should always consult the people that is closest to them first. The thing is that you can start with yourself, right? So always start small and remember that you don't have to be a psychiatrist, you don't have to be a psychologist to help a person with a mental health issue. Okay, just lend a hand in whatever way that you can. Ask them, how are you doing? Are you okay? Those kind of, even though these are like small gestures, it goes a long way. So remember to always be kind to others.
True. And we also have the NGO outside there. If they need help, like Befrienders,
Befrienders, yeah.
and any other NGO organization that they can go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Penang, based in Penang, right?
Yes, I'm based
in Penang. Usually where
in
they
Penang,
should go?
you can also head to University of Science Malaysia. We have our therapists as well as we have counselors to help with these people as well. Yeah, so come on, let's go.
Aida, do you think that we have to say sorry to the Lonchong because we keep talking bad about him?
I don't know. Do you think you go first?
I go first, yeah.
Go first.
Okay, maybe after this.
After this,
Alright.
okay.
Okay, I want to do some promo. Okay, guys, I hope that you not forget to join or to follow our social media. Do you know our social media?
You can go ahead.
JVSN Negara, and we also have Belia.my, and we also have UIPJBSN. And if you want to get yourself updated, you also can go to our official website kbs.gov.my. Thank you, Ada, for your time. Okay, I wish you all the best for your PhD studies. Okay,
Thank you.
fly high. Alright?
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much to you too. Okay guys, thank you very much and stay tuned with us with another interesting topic to the next episode. Bye.